I wouldn't have to deal with this pain anymore and my kid/wife would be better off without this loser of a father/husband. Ask Me Anything by online comps. I'm a cancer, alcoholism, depression, and anxiety surviving 2x divorced, middle-aged professional who is days away from 8 years of sobriety. Life is good. Amma. Do you let those events and conditions define you? Great question. On one hand, no. But on another level, absolutely. Take my alcoholism as an example. I'm very lucky as I have never relapsed since I hit my low point 8 years ago. One of the reasons for that is that I 100% accept that I'm an alcoholic and most decisions I make moving forward in my life have to take that into account. I have turned down many invitations to things which, on their face, seem like so much fun, but I knew would be a risk to my sobriety, especially in early recovery. As I sit here today, I don't regret a single thing. My worst day today is truly better than my best day when I was drinking. With all of that being said, I try to live in the present day and do not define myself by the successes or failures of my past. I hope that makes some type of sense. Congratulations on 8 years of sobriety. Were you involved with any program to help you get sober, like AA? Thanks. I first did a 3-day inpatient detox program. I then did 28 days of an intensive outpatient program, IARP, and then joined AA. All 3 were critical to my success. AA literally saved my life, of that I have no doubt. I rarely attend anymore, but that is not because I don't believe in it. I just do other things with my time. Did you get into hobbies to replace your drinking? I do lots of things now that I didn't do during my drinking days. Meditation, yoga, biking, being the best dad I can possibly be, helping others, to name a few. But none of them are things I look at as replacing my drinking. I know alcoholics/addicts who have replaced their drug of choice with a new addiction, and, in my experience, I have never seen it work long term. What is your profession? I'm an attorney in private practice in the US. How have you coped with depression and anxiety? What advice would you give to others currently struggling? And congratulations on 8 years. That's really amazing. Thank you, and thank you for the awesome question. First, I'm not a mental health professional, so can only speak for myself. What came first, my depression/anxiety or my addiction? I really don't think there is an answer to this. Have always had some levels of anxiety, think dear Evan Hansen, but I don't recall being a depressed kid. I started abusing alcohol in high school and this prevented me from ever addressing issues like anxiety/depression B/C. I had a drug to mask it. So, the most important thing for my mental health was finding sobriety and sticking to it. Once I did that, I was able to relearn how to live life on life's terms. This included antidepressants and seeing a therapist. I can't stress this enough. However, working the 12 steps of AA truly changed my life and how I process things. Once I committed to an honest and alcohol-free life, addressing mental health issues became much easier. This summer I took myself off of my antidepressants and haven't looked back. If you are currently struggling, here is some advice. 1. There is no shame in mental health issues. Please know that and seek help. 2. When you seek help, be open and honest. It is useless to lie to your mental health professional. 3. If you are using alcohol/drugs, seriously consider stopping this, especially if you are on medications. 4. You are not alone. Seek support groups for your problems, and, when you do, leave your ego at the door. I hope that is at least some help. At what point, if it's not too personal for you, did you say enough is enough? Or was it more of outside forces that kinda pushed you towards your sobriety? Not too personal at all. The 10th of June 10, I was walking to my commuter train from work. I was depressed, I had anxiety, and I generally hated everything about myself. I had let my alcoholism, lies, etc. completely overwhelm me. Ironically, virtually no one knew about my problems as I was so good at hiding them, which was also part of my problem. Anyway, as I was walking across with my head down, at this point in my life, I rarely looked anyone in the eyes. I heard a sound. I looked up, and a bus was just about to run me over. It just missed me, and my very first thought was, I should have just let it run me over. I wouldn't have to deal with this pain anymore and my kid/wife would be better off without this loser of a father/husband. Let me tell you that is a very bad feeling. I went to the train station and promptly downed about 6 vodka drinks and then got on the train. By the time I got home I was drunk and depressed. For the first time ever in my life I looked at my wife, burst into tears, and admitted that I was an alcoholic, and I had no idea what to do. I wanted to die. To her credit, she stepped up, took me to an inpatient place, and checked me in. That surrender was the start of recovery for me. I never had a DUI, I never really got into trouble, so I never really had any outside forces pushing me into recovery. Did the aforementioned conditions cause your divorces? Good job being on the straights, my man. Keep it up. A divorce question. Final, lol. First divorce, I was 25. When I got married 6 months later I was diagnosed with stage 3 Hodgkin's disease. In the middle of my treatments, after having lost 20% of my body weight, I caught my wife having an affair with a co-worker. The marriage didn't last another 6 months after that. I don't any of the conditions caused her to be a cheating bitch. Divorce 2. My second marriage lasted 19 years. We have 3 incredible kids together. I credit her with absolutely saving my life 8 years ago and sticking with me during early recovery. 2 years ago she came to be about getting a divorce. We are the best of friends and have absolutely no animosity towards each other. I'm just not the same person today that I was when we got married. She is not a person I would fall in love with today, nor, for that matter, am I a person she would fall in love with. It is kind of sad, to be honest, but it just is. But I do want to stress that she is an amazing person who is the best mother in the world and I'm lucky to have her in my life. How do you enjoy your life without alcohol? I'm also a working professional and able to transition from days off spent drinking heavily to periods of total sobriety. I'm also a working professional and able to transition from days off spent drinking heavily to periods of total sobriety. I have a range of outside interests, including road cycling. That said, I can't imagine a life without alcohol. Having beers in the sunshine, or great wine with dinner, or cocktails somewhere cool. I don't really want a life without those things. That said, I can't imagine a life without alcohol. I used to think that way. I literally couldn't imagine life without alcohol. I mean, how was I going to give a toast at my daughter's wedding, you know? Well, the reason I thought that was because alcohol had literally been a focal point of my life since I was 15 years old. How could I possibly be expected to imagine life without something that was always a part of things? Now, honestly, I can't imagine a life with alcohol. I don't need alcohol to do or have fun with any of the things you mentioned. Fun fact, X is so much better without alcohol. I'm not criticizing you, believe me, you do whatever it is you need to do. But, for me, alcohol led to the most miserable times of my life. Even the times I thought I was having fun were really just masking all of my other issues. I wish you the best in your career and life. I hope it goes great. What kind of cancer and stage did you have? What was treatment like for you? I had stage 3 Hodgkin's disease. I had a combination of chemo and radiation therapy. The radiation was both upper and lower mantle radiation. Think upper and lower half of the torso. I'm finally starting pills and counseling. Did these help you at all with depression? What was / is your experience with the black dog? And do you have any advice for a young lad? Yes, I used antidepressants and I got counseling. Both of those were extremely valuable to my recovery. I finally quit medications last summer. I'm sorry, I have no idea what you mean by black dog. How do you get rid of the anxiety? Please, you need help. Thanks, and I'm so sorry for your struggles. Please remember that you are not alone. My story may not be yours. For me, I got rid of my anxiety by finding good solid recovery first and foremost. Then I worked with both professionals and a support group to basically learn how to live life on life's terms. Someone once told me that depression was a result of obsessively focusing on the past and anxiety was the result of obsessively focusing on the future. Happiness, however, was the result of living in the here and now. Once I learned to live in the here and now, I was really able to let go of problems like anxiety and depression. With all of this being said, I needed professional help. I hope you are able to find some professional help for yourself. Which was the hardest to deal with and recover from? For me, my alcoholism and mental health struggles all worked together, so my recovery had to address all of them together. It was the hardest thing I have ever done. There is a reason the recovery rate for alcoholics is, I believe, less than 10%. It is ducking hard. Cancer sucked big time, but my recovery was simply showing up to my appointments and letting the doctors do what they were trained to do. There was a lot of pain and angst, but it wasn't nearly as hard as the other recovery. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment to express your thoughts on this video. Don't forget to click the bell icon. Thanks for watching, and I hope this cat has made your day.